Nobel Knight to just steady as the light appears on top of the gates, and so we're now set, ready and racing in the fourth, and Nobel Knight anticipating the break landed in front. Away well also as Bring One Home, who'll quickly glide over at the judge, take control from Nobel Knight. Miss Rona pressing on. Behind those then is Ruby Noir, dropped into a beautiful trail soon after the start. Over on the inside of it then when they left the straight, Jafetica from Kia Ora Jewel. Next is Glenburn Hotel. Last on its inside is Affluential. They work over to the riverside of the track at the 1500. Bring One Home is the pilot, 3/4 of a length in front of Miss Rona. Nobel Knight down on the inside. Now they drop the anchor here and they're starting to really just idle here behind the pacemaker. Bring One Home in the back. Over on the outside, Ruby Noir just getting up onto the bridle against Harvey. Back on the inside, throwing its head around here with this muddling pace is Jafetica from Kia Ora Jewel, who has settled okay back there, being followed by Glenburn Hotel, and ridden along on the inside, even with the slow pace, is Affluential. Bring One Home took them down the back straight towards the 1,000 metre mark, out by a length. Miss Rona is running second. Over on the fence, travelling third, Nobel Knight. Then came Ruby Noir, given a choice ride by Harvey. It's up running fourth and has ideal cover right from the word go. In fact, a length away, Jafetica down on the inside ahead of Kia Ora Jewel, and they're being followed by Glenburn Hotel and Affluential. There's no change to the pattern though as Bring One Home races down the side at the 650 and has been well controlled in front by Corva. They go to the 600. Bring One Home led Miss Rona. Now Harvey the first to pull the trigger. He goes up on the outside with Ruby Noir, the first to go 3 deep. Coming around the outside now is Jafetica and also Kia Ora Jewel, 5 and 6 deep. Behind them Glenburn Hotel, Nobel Knight, and then further back Affluential. At the 300, Ruby Noir hit the front. Down the outside, Kia Ora Jewel is starting to wind up now and cut the margin down. At the 175, Harvey's got the shillelagh out on Ruby Noir. Kia Ora Jewel's come to the end of its run. Ruby Noir is going to hold it and hold it easily. Ruby Noir given the run of the race. Perfect ride, won by 2 lengths. Kia Ora Jewel. Glenburn Hotel has run third ahead of Jafetica. And then Miss Rona, followed by Nobel Knight. Back behind them, Bring One Home. And last of all is Affluential. Ruby Noir. Victory set up here with a perfect ride. Building in the prep. Third run today. Went to 2,000. This Blackfriars mare. Paul Harvey just slotting her in to the sweet seat. And then making his move. Had the challenge come fleetingly from Kia Ora Jewel. Beat it off. It had really peaked up. Still held second though from Glenburn Hotel and Jafetica, but it's Ruby Noir's day, and that's her second victory from 6 runs. For Justin Warwick, the Bring Bigger Bags Syndicate, S. Letus, G. Martin, the Mumba Standard Breds, Mrs. N. Moran, T.J. Nisbet and R.M. Waddell, trained by Summer Dixon down at Port Kennedy, ridden by Paul Harvey, and it was a 10-10 ride. Second home to Kia Ora Jewel by Turn Me Loose out of Trickle. Brandon Louis the rider for Sharon Miller. And Glenburn Hotel by Rothsay gets into third placing. Brad Parnham the rider for Ryan Hill. After the running of the Salinger handicap, Jafetica was fourth home. Miss Rona was there at the top of the straight but yielded quickly. Back there finishing 5th from Nobel Knight. And the impeccably related Affluential again did nothing, last all the way, and that's exactly where it stayed. The next event, the Ascot Racing Carnival Handicap over 1,650, and no changes to come there. Margins 2 1/4 on that previous race. A long neck, 2:10.35 being the time, 36.12 the concluding 600. As we head down now to Brittany after this victory of Ruby Noir. And you couldn't fault the ride. She was given the absolute best of it. Here's number 4.
Yes, she was. And Summer Dixon joins me now. Atones for last week when you were so narrowly defeated. Any reservations towards backing up off the 7 days coming into today?
There was a little bit of reservations. We just sort of nominated the horse and just let her see what she was up until today. But she was beaming around her yard this morning. I was a little bit worried. She was doing cartwheels around there. So if anything, I thought she might be a little bit too fresh. So I'm glad we're in strong hands today.
Certainly it was. What were you thinking during the run today under Paul Harvey?
I said, oh, they're going slow. We've got a perfect spot. If we can't win today, we're in a bit of trouble.
How have you seen this horse's progression in your yard?
Well, since early days, she's always showed a lot of promise. She's had a couple of problems. We've had to put her out. It's probably been a blessing in disguise. She's matured a lot. She's come in this prep like a horse that knows everything, even though she's still learning, and her legs still go everywhere. And as I said before, she's still going to get better. Like, today's only her 5th ever race start, and she's still learning what it's all about, and she still does a lot of things wrong, but that's why she's good, because she can still win while she's still learning.
Doing it on ability, plenty of upside to her then. What about He's Got Wings, a chance in race number 6?
I'm really happy that the rain's dried off today. It's going to be a massive help for that horse. We've done a couple of little gear changes. I think he's going to run a strong race. Fingers crossed. I'm trying not to get too ahead of myself. I just hope the horse does the talking.
Now, I do want to get ahead of ourselves here because I want to project forward to Saturday, because you have a horse going around, Carly's Karma, that has really got tongues wagging because of the recent trial. How's that horse?
She's a beautiful animal. She's good to look at, she's good to handle, and she runs fast, so she's got everything. She's a bit of a stable favourite at the moment. You normally get these big chestnut mares come in and they've got a bit of attitude, but she's just loving life. She's very spoiled. You can't put her back in their yard without getting a 15-minute pick of grass every day. I think she's really lavishing the different environment, but Greg done a great job with the horse, and I've got a bit of pressure in me to keep that continuing, and I'm just really glad that I got a horse of her calibre in my stable.
If I know anything about the ones that usually get the extra 15 minutes pick of grass, it means they're usually very, very fast, and that's what we saw in the recent trial. You must have been wrapped with what she produced at the trials.
I was pretty wrapped. You know, you work the horse, and she just does what she has to. She's not this sort of horse you get on her and you're like, wow. She's a really big girl. She's got this awkward stride. She works with her head up in the air. She doesn't feel like she's going to have this big stride, but her legs still move very fast, and when you put her up against another horse, she wants to chase it down. So I think, yeah, as I said, I'm really happy to have a horse of her calibre in my stable. She's a beautiful animal to handle and do everything with, and I just don't want to get ahead of myself. We're just going to put the horse through the grades, and if she keeps on going through the grades, that'll be great.
Well, best of luck for the remainder of today and on Saturday, and well done on this one.
Thank you very much.
There is Summer Dixon after the win of Ruby Noir. Here's Paul Harvey.
Ruby Noir was really good in defeat, Paul. She was beaten a narrow margin, and she backs up and looks as though she relished the extra trip today.
Yeah, well, I spoke to one of the owners, Justin. I didn't think she'd be backing up, and I didn't think she'd be going to 2000. So when I got the fields, it was a bit of a surprise. But here she is, and yeah, she's settling well and hitting the line good.
That was her issue. First up, she didn't settle at all for poor Lucy, but she looks as though with a bit of racing, she's certainly coming to hand quickly.
Yeah, looked like she jumped nice and then just dropped the bridle. They probably steadied up for a little bit there, and she got on the bridle for 2 strides, but after that she was good, and went through the line nice, and don't think 22 and further's going to bother her.
Congratulations, well done.
Yeah, cheers.
There is Paul Harvey. Speaking of the Blackfriars mare Ruby Noir, who wins race number 4, the Salinger Handicap, defeating Kiora Jewel and Glenburn Hotel in for third. 4, 2, 8 and 9, the numbers from race number 4.